Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Leon. Leon is from Sheffield in England, in the UK. So let's see what Leon has to say. Enjoy the interview.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yes, very well. Yourself?
I'm very well. Thanks so much. You made it.
Yeah, just. I've got home 10 minutes ago. I've just jumped in a cold shower and I'm here.
Thanks. By the way, your name is Leon or Leon?
Leon, yeah. Yeah.
Leon. Okay, Leon. So tell me, how was your day today?
Very busy. 5 o'clock start this morning. Oh, getting my steps in and then off to work. So I'm a builder and I do obviously other things as well. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Early bird.
Yes. So that's why I just had the cold shower just to sort me out.
So tell me, do you consider yourself to be more of a day or a night person?
Anytime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love life, so I just crack on with it. Yeah.
Amazing. Leon, tell me where you're from.
I'm from Sheffield. Yeah, so Yorkshire, South Yorkshire. So I obviously born Sheffield at school in Rotherham. And then I left home at 17, joined the army. So I was in the armed forces for 5.5 years.
Wow.
And then after the forces, I went travelling for a bit with my now ex-wife. We did 8 months travelling around the world, which were fantastic.
Wow. 8 months?
Yeah. Because I needed that after the forces, just to bring me back down to, we call it Civvy Street. Because obviously it's a big change, culture change. When you come out, it's a bit of a shock to the system. It just takes some getting used to, but I've still got the army traits, but I can use that in my work area and not at home no more. So,
goodness, for sure. During the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your joining the army, also about your trip around the world. But before we start the game, tell me something interesting about Sheffield. Tell me how was growing up back there.
Yeah, to be fair, I love Sheffield because you've got the hustle and bustle in the town centre, like the nightlife's brilliant, but also you've got the countryside, so you're straight on the Peak Districts, because I like to do a lot of walking. I still walk with the Bergen on, with the weight on, and do my training. So you've got the best of both worlds, really.
Amazing. So tell me, what do you do for work, Leon?
Well, I've got 2 jobs. I'm a builder, and I also do modelling as well. So I do commercial modelling, which is great. I love both aspects. The building is my company, so I've got guys that subcontract to me. So I organise the job and run a schedule, and I've got a lad that works for me full time. So that gives me the opportunity. Say if somebody phones me tomorrow and say, "Can you be in London Monday?" I'll say yes, and then organise it from there. So yeah, I just love it. Yeah.
You are a busy man.
I like that way. Yeah, I like the energy. I like just keep on my toes.
Yes, I think being busy is healthy, isn't it? Being busy, keep ourselves, out of trouble, and you're just productive. You're always doing something.
Yeah, I think it's good for the soul. I think you've got a purpose in life. I couldn't imagine being at home and just watching TV all day. I like today. It's been hard graft, hard work today, and when I put my head to the pillow tonight, I'll have earned that sleep. So, yeah.
Oh, thanks so much for taking the time. Even though you have a long day, thanks so much for taking the time.
Don't be silly, mate. No, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Right. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Yeah, let's go.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. friend, okay? Full of fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, Leon, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah, all good, mate.
Right, first question for you is, what would be the title of your memoir?
I'd like to think hardworking, fun-loving sort of guy, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Saying that, Leon, tell me what do you like the most about being yourself? When you look, knowing the person you are, what do you like it?
That I'm outgoing and I like to make people smile. That's my aim. If it's somebody sweeping the road, cleaning, I treat everybody exactly the same. If it were royalty, because I've worked with obviously people that are millionaires, and everybody gets treated the same in my opinion. So it doesn't matter where they've come from or what they do. I try and treat everybody the same. And if I can bring somebody to a smile, that's even sweeter for me.
Amazing. I think in the end of the day, we are in the same boat. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how, the life you have.
Yep.
We are all the same boat, following the same journey.
Definitely.
Next question, let's do it. Hi, Leon from England. Next question is, who in your family you would trade place with for a day if you could, and why?
Nobody. Nobody. I like my life, to be fair. So yeah, sadly I don't see eye to eye with a lot of my family. Very different views. Like I say, I left home at 17, so we're just very different. Not saying they're right or I'm right. We're just very different personalities and views on life, really. I like being around a lot of positive people. And if somebody is quite negative, I do try and help them in changing them to a positive side of life. However, there's only so much you can say to a person. There's a saying, you can't reason with idiots, if you get me drift. So, yeah, so I do try with people, but obviously sometimes you're just different. It's almost like pulling apart. So, again, I do try and surround myself with positive people, same sort of people as myself, really.
Tell me something. Is your family big? Do you have siblings as well?
Yeah, I've got a brother and I sadly lost a sister 3 years ago to mental illness, which was very hard times for the family. Which she'd struggled from that from an early age, which was very sadly. She couldn't fight it.
And your parents, they live as well in Sheffield?
Yeah, they still live in Sheffield, yeah. So they still stay together, yeah. So very fortunate. My mum's very kind-hearted person. Does a lot for like charity, like the thing called shoe boxes for churches, and she's a very, very loving person. Yeah, very nice.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
How far is Sheffield from London?
Well, you can get, usually if I go to work in London for the shoots, modelling, I can get a train in an hour and a half from Doncaster, so it's very good that, but if we were driving, look at 3.5 hours or something.
All right. Next question. Right, before the next question, tell me how your modeling career started. Tell me how things started.
Yeah, well, years ago, when I was traveling, I got approached by like a scout in America. And at the time, I was actually eating an apple at the time, and this lady come up to me and give me a card. But at that time in my life, I don't think I was ready. And also my ex-wife now was a little bit jealous, so it didn't, I just didn't pursue it. And then I was doing some building works and a guy said, have you thought about doing some modelling? So I thought, well, that second person that said, have a go. And I thought, well, I'm a lot more happier about myself and life. I think because I'm at the 40 is a great age. I think everything just seems to click into place. You've had a few problems, few issues, and it's almost like callousing your mind into it. And I thought, yeah, I'll have a look at this. So I went to a company called the Model Camp. They did me a portfolio, and then they helped me send it off to agencies. So I'm with about 5 or 6 agencies. So like I say, I might get a call or an email saying, are you available? You're being shortlisted for a shoot. And then, like I say, I just go and just up and go. I mean, sometimes it's hard work juggling because I've got kids and obviously a missus and everything else, but I make it work. So yeah.
Wow. Do you have kids then?
Yeah. So I've got three in total. So 2 to my ex-wife, and then Oliver is mine and Sally's. I'm not biologically his father, however, I brought him up since he was 18 months. So I treat him like my own. He's such a beautiful little boy, really is.
Wow. Yeah. What's the best part of being a dad, in your opinion?
To be honest with you, it's all brings its challenges. Like I say, I've got one at 14 at the moment, so he's at a stage where he's finding his feet and finding what about himself, you know. So that's different challenges to the 10-year-olds because they're both 10. So it's crazy because Ollie's strengths are Leo's weaknesses and vice versa. So Ollie, for instance, will say, "Can I take a book with me? I want to read." And my little boy will say, "I'm not taking a book, it's not school," you know. But it works. Like I say, it just works. They're so good. They're so good kids, really are. So yeah.
I think we learn a lot with kids. You know what I mean? We learn a lot with them.
Yes, they do speak the truth as well. So if I start putting a few pounds on, they soon say, "You're putting some weight on, Dad."
With kids, they don't have half term. They are directly to the point. They go direct to the...
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yes, definitely.
Okay, next question for you is, tell me something, what is a negative thing that happened to you that came out as a positive thing in the end?
Again, I think losing my sister was a big thing. I think my whole look at life was a little bit different after that. Also, I used to have a commercial tiling company, which sadly lost a lot of money on it. But again, I learned a lot of skills from that, losing the money, and then I went into the renovations. So I totally twisted my business to a different business, and again, I won't look back now. And I'm grateful for them things that went wrong, because I wouldn't be in a position I am now. Again, I think you need that in life to actually grow. And again, like I say, for me, it's like going training and you get calluses on your hands. And that's what I think it does to your brain. I think it calluses you. So when something small happens, you can almost just shrug it off and just crack on. And also the forces teach you that. It's about overcoming obstacles quite quickly and adapting. If something's not quite right, you can adapt and just crack on and get the job done.
Tell me something, Leon, if you can. When you think about your sister, what's the best memory that comes to your mind?
Straight away, just being children together. Yeah. Because I know she was not suffering with eating disorders and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, definitely.
Ready for another one?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Next question. Next question for you is, who is a celebrity you admire and why?
Matt McConaughey at the moment. He's massive at the moment. I mean, obviously he's big anyway, but there's an event happening, I think, in a couple of weeks' time. I just love his motivational speaking. I mean, his voice is like silk anyway, so you can't help listening to him. I just love his views on life and how he goes about explaining things. It's quite easy to understand, and it's almost like you nod to yourself thinking, yeah, I get that, you know, and you can relate to a lot of the things he said. Yeah, Matt McConaughey, definitely.
I've seen a lot of movies, you know, and you kind of look a little bit like you got something from him, I think.
All right, cheers.
Yeah, you got something.
You need your glasses on tonight.
You're just being modest, I can see. Next one. Right, before the next question, tell me a little bit about your time in the military, in the army.
Yeah, well, I joined at 17. I was a little bit overweight when I first joined, but I just love fitness, and I really excelled because I was in the Army Cadets beforehand, so I learned a lot of the skills and drills from the cadets, which I carried on through the Army. So I was very lucky. I got the best student in my training. And then I transferred over to a regiment called 3 Royal Horse Artillery because I knew they were going to Germany. And I thought 17, going over to Germany, it was fantastic because all the lads stayed together in camp. So we was going out, we had his own battery bar. I didn't drink a lot. I used to get called Shandy Pants because 2 pints, I'm on my way. So we did 2 tours of Bosnia with them guys. Wow. And then I transferred over to the Army Commandos, which is down at Plymouth. And I did which the Marines do, I got my Green Beret, which was a good course. It was an 8-week course. Because we are already trained soldiers, we don't do the 33, I think it is, what the Marines do. So I was very fortunate. Through my life, I've had very good role models. Before I went in the Army, I had a very good role model, which is a boxing trainer called Brendan Ingalls, which when I look back on the skills and the words of wisdom he actually gave me, it all makes sense. Like I said, being 40, it's almost like you're reflecting back on different stages on why you become who you are. And so that Brendan Ingalls, but also in the Army, I had some great role models that really excelled in what they did, and obviously passed it on to myself, really. So I always aim to be the best at whatever I do, and I like perfection. I know there's no such thing, but I aim for perfection whatever I do. So I give 100% every time, really.
And as you mentioned, actually, I saw one of your picture. When you are overweight, yeah. Do you think that your lifestyle start changing into fitness when you start the army?
Well, I started boxing beforehand, like I said, with the Brendan Ingalls camp, and then when I went in the army, that's when I lost last bit of the weight, and the confidence they give you in the forces, because you're obviously working with weapons. And this is the only thing I didn't agree on now, looking back, is they try and think they teach you to be thinking better than the civilians. You're better than the civilians. Do you know what I mean? And everything you do. And you almost get a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, which looking back, I think I did a little bit. You know, when I come home to see my parents and stuff, and obviously almost like I felt like I didn't belong in that situation. Yep. But again, I think that comes with age and maturity. I think, again, you learn out about yourself, really. So, yeah.
All right. Next question is, what's your luck number?
Lucky number? Yeah. To be honest with you, me and my partner, 13 comes up a lot. I know it's supposed to be unlucky, but 13, so I know it sounds a bit weird. So sometimes she might message me or phone me, and it'll be 1313.
Wow.
And it just seems to pop up somewhere. So let's go for 13, I think.
You know what? I'll tell you something now. Before back in Brazil, before moving to Europe, I remember I went to an astrologer. This person told me, your lucky number is 3. And I was like, oh my God, for some reason I knew already. even though
Yeah.
I had some connection with 3. And he said to me, I can be 3, 13, 23, all connect with 3.
Yeah.
And I could tell you so many situations in my life. For example, I moved to Europe on the 13th of March. Back in 2002, I was living in Portugal before. I came to London again on 13th of March, and I could tell you so many like situations. I started my new job on the 23rd of January.
Yeah.
So there's always something connected with 3. It's so interesting how, as you said, about your wife calling you, your partner calling you.
Yeah, it's strange. We're like that because when she say if she messages, I'll always message back saying, "Have you seen the time?" So it's like I don't know, but I do believe in energies, in the spirit.
Yeah.
I think like when you meet somebody, like if you would have left 5 minutes before, you might not have met that person, and either that job opportunity or possibly a partnership with somebody. It's very strange life, and I think as I'm getting older again, I feel that sort of energy with people. But again, I think it's being round that sort of same sort of personnel, as in the energies you give off and the positivity.
Totally. And I believe as well, we are like magnets. We bring people to us the same way as we are, more or less, the way we approach life. Of course, there's some people that comes that doesn't connect with us. But again, it's still part of the journey. It's meant to be this way for some reason.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. I'm a firm believer. Whatever happens in that day, that's what is supposed to happen.
Totally.
And every day, what I do is every day I get up, I think, well, it's another day, another chance of living today. So let's enjoy it.
Cool. Next one. Hey, Leon, next question is, how to describe a perfect friendship?
For me is, I think, when you've got a good friend is when you don't even speak to them for, say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And it's almost like when you phone them up, it's almost like you spoke to them every day. It's almost like my best friend, we lost touch for about 2 years. And I thought we got back in touch, and it was like we were back in Northern Ireland in a tower just talking garbage for 8 hours. It was just sweet. And for me, that's friendship. When you don't need to speak to them every day, but when you're there, you're together. It's almost like, I call them my brothers, me, more than anything. So, like a lot of my friends, I call them brothers than actually friends. So yeah.
Totally. I think best friends, you don't go around saying, you're going to be my best friend. It doesn't work like that.
No.
When the chemistry is there, that's it.
Yeah.
As you said, could be 2 years, you could be some time without any talk. But when you reconnect again, that's it. You feel like you just talked like the day before.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Do you agree with that as well?
I totally agree. Actually, it's interesting because my best friend, he lives in Canada, in Montreal, and I've known him for like over 10 years, and we don't talk very often. And actually, he's one of my closest friends that I talk to the most. I have friends living in London that we are very close, and somehow I still get connected with my friends in Canada. And I could tell you so many stories as well that we test each other, and you think, oh my God, I was about to test you, I was about to call you, I just thought about that. It's kind of, we think alike, there's again, there are connections there, and the bond is very close, as you said, call brother, because it's part of your family. The connection is so strong,
I always say brother from another mother.
For sure. In my case, different nationality, different language, and still the connection is there.
Yeah, exactly.
3 questions left. Let's do it. Right before the next question, tell me about your adventure traveling around the world for 8 months, you said, yeah?
Yeah, fantastic, really. I mean, every place had something special about it. We started off in Thailand, and then in Malaysia, Singapore. I'll go through where we went, and then I'll probably Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and then we did Australia, North and South Island, and then we did Fiji, Hawaii, San Francisco, LA, and Vegas. Every place had something special about it. It's like you can't say, "Oh, that was the best beach," or "They were the nicest people," but I took away from every place something special. We was backpacking, so it was quite on a budget, which was great because you're meeting so many people along the way. It's surprising how many people are doing it on their own, to be fair, you know, traveling. But I'll tell you a funny story. When we were in Fiji, we ended up living with the Fiji family out in the sticks. So they had a chief of the village. So you had to keep your head lower than the chief. So the guys drank, I think it was called kava, out of a coconut shell. So it was a root of a plant. So you took this root of a plant to the village as a thank you for letting us stay. So these guys would drink this all the time. Anyway, so they said, "Oh, we're going to go and have a bath in the river." So I thought, so there was me, 4 other guys, and my missus at the time. So they all had towels around them. So I thought, I got everything off, naked, put my towel around, went down to the river. They all took the towel off and they all had shorts on. So let's just say I was just bathing. So yeah, but yeah, it was just great. I mean, it really looked. I looked at life a little bit different after that, you know, because of the different cultures, and I was so happy we did that. You know, like I say, with the locals. We got a book for every place we went called A Lonely Planet.
Wow.
And that was a fantastic guide because it had different price ranges of accommodation, food, do's and don'ts, you know, of the traditional things in the different countries. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, that's what me and my partner, when we retire, I think we're going to get a camper van and we're going to just go and travel around because I love different cultures and get to know the real country rather than, you know, when you go on a holiday and it's the same in every town. I like to go out in the sticks and work with the locals and just get to know them, you know.
And that's how you get to see the place better, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I believe so, yeah.
Great. Next question for you is, what does love mean to you?
Love? A few different things. I think you should love yourself. I know it sounds a bit vanity, but I think you first of all should love yourself, because if you don't, you can't love anybody else, as in, you know, like in life. You've got to appreciate yourself, I think, first. And also, I think you've got to try and show your love with everybody. Like I said earlier at the beginning of the conversations, is no matter who you meet, you should treat everybody the same and try and share that love, really. Do
you believe that there are different kinds of love?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Obviously, the love for my children is totally different to my partner. It's both unconditional. However, it's just different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're different, but they come from a good place.
Yeah. I think it's like that saying, whereas, you know, like say if you were in the aeroplane was going down, you've got to put your own mask on first before you help anybody else, and that you've got to look after yourself first. Because again, mental side of it, that's why I do a lot of training. I've got into cold therapy, which is Wim Hof. You'll have heard of Wim Hof, won't you? The Iceman. No. Well, Wim Hof is called the Iceman. He does a lot of cold therapy. So he's starting off with cold showers, then getting into ice baths. And he believes he can cure mental illness with it, which I do actually believe he can, because the endorphins it brings. I built my own outside on the front, So you can imagine if the neighbours see me at 6 o'clock in the morning in my shorts. So. But the energy it gives you, like I say, I've just got in, I've had a cold shower, I've been up since 5. It just gives you that boost of energy. It's absolutely incredible. So anybody who's never tried it's worth looking into Wim Hof, and I do believe it can cure mental illness if anybody's struggling out there. Do you know?
I had on the show a lovely man from Brighton, and actually he was doing that. He was going to the sea early morning to have this cold shower, and he made some videos, and he was saying that you know, as you said, it helps you, you know, with your mental health and everything. Like, you live the moment because you're so concentrated with the cold. Yeah. That you don't think about anything else. And that's how you kind of put your mind in a good place.
Yeah, it almost gives you a reset. Like, I find myself almost in a meditation state. Yeah. You know, when I've obviously got through the first initial, oh my word, it's cold, let's just say. And then all of a sudden, the birds seem to be gliding. The birds seem to get louder, singing. It's incredible. It's hard to. It sounds a bit pansy sort of thing, you know, like what I'm saying. But until you've tried it, then you understand what it actually does for you. I mean, I thought about doing a day in a life, because I thought doing a video myself, build it to model in a day. Because some of the stuff I have to do, you know, like, because my hands are rough, I have to wear cotton gloves to the job with loads of cream in. I've got like my cream on my eyes, and because obviously building work's hard work, it's manually hard work. So to get ready for a modelling job, I like change my whole way of looking at stuff.
One thing I know for sure, after this cold shower, you're gonna be wide awake for sure. Yeah. It's priceless.
Yeah, definitely.
2 questions left. Let's do it. Next question for you is, what are you most passionate about?
Fitness and well-being. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just love it. I love the feeling of what you feel like after you've trained. And again, when I go to the gym, you're around people that have, because I go early in the morning, so it's like 6 o'clock when it opens. It's almost like the same group, so you know you beat that alarm, you've managed to get in there, so it's almost like you've got a secret nod saying, morning, you've done it, you know. So fitness is massive for me. It really is. Again, when I lost my sister, I found my business that year, the same year when I went bust, I found myself sometimes going home from work early and going just to the gym, because it almost kept me on a nice level, so I didn't struggle with mental illness myself, because I had a bit of a breakdown at that time. See, so fitness is the key for me every day.
How often do you train?
I probably train most days really, but in the gym weight wise, probably 4 times a week. But I'm into cycling, bike. I do everything. You know, like cycling, swimming. I do a lot of rucksack with the weight on. I've got in with a company it's a 55-degree bag. It's like a sandbag, and you work out with that. It's got different handles. You put different weights in. It's a brilliant little product. So anything to do with fitness, I'll have a go at anything, really. Yeah.
Amazing. Ready for the last one?
Yeah.
Last question. Let's do it. But before the last question, tell me, through your career in modeling, tell me a moment or a situation that when you were doing some work that you're never going to forget, you know, on a photo shoot or modeling. Tell me something that's always gonna have a special place in your head or in your mind.
Well, I don't know if it was special, but it was funny. We went on this job, and there was me, this girl called Natasha, and Martha, and was in the middle of woods. It was for a company, and all of a sudden they brought this boom box out, this music box, and they asked Natasha to dance. And I thought, please don't ask me to dance. You know, obviously, bear in mind, we were sober as anything. And they said anything. Anyway, it was my turn to get up, and I'm just almost praying. So bear in mind, there's about 10 people plus watching. They said, right, can you dance to this then, please, Leon? So they put this theme tune on. I thought, well, I either don't do it and look a plonker, or have a go and look a plonker. So I just went for it. Put it this way, it was very cheesy. I could feel my head burning. You know, one of them moments where you thought, oh no. And I thought it felt like a bit of a nightmare. But anyway, we did it and we had a great laugh about it in the end. So, definitely.
All right. Last question for you is, what is one food you could eat for the rest of your life?
Probably chicken.
With broccoli or just chicken?
Chicken every day, probably, yeah.
Do you like cooking?
I cook most days, yeah, definitely, because obviously the meal prep, yeah, definitely. I've just bought myself a new George Foreman, actually, so that is on every day. It's great.
Okay, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. One word for family.
Love.
Money.
Success.
One word for love.
Sorry?
Love.
Love. Family.
Of course. I knew you would say that. I knew it. One word for life.
Happiness.
Sex.
A lot of. No.
Huh?
Yeah. Again, love. I think love. Love can, yeah.
Okay. Politics.
Again, no views on that. So, yeah.
Okay. Religion.
It's everybody to their own. Yeah. Whatever your beliefs are.
Fear.
No fear.
Friendship.
Brothers.
Desire.
A lot of.
Okay. Regrets.
None.
Success.
Much of.
Wish.
Just do.
Happiness.
Life.
One word for builder.
Builder.
Yeah.
Hard working. It's 2 words, but hard work.
Okay. One word for fashion model.
Enjoy.
One word for Sheffield.
Amazing. I like it, yeah.
And the last one now, England. One word.
Well, it's hard to say one word. So I'd say royal family, to be fair. So, yeah, royalty.
Wow. As you said about the royal family, which one in the royals is your favorite and why?
Well, I think Princess Diana when she was around, to be fair, because I remember when she was passing, because I was in basic training at the time, but I think watching the programme back on the history of the royal family and stuff, I just think she was such a lovely person, and yeah. And I also, to be fair, I do like Harry as well. Obviously, he was in the armed forces. And I've heard a lot of good stories about Harry and how he was with the lads, and he was one of the lads and he got stuck in, and it was a great team player. Not only, obviously, somebody that was in charge, but it was a great team player. So,
Yeah, Princess Diana. There's never gonna be another one like her.
So beautiful
My
inside and out.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's you know, until now, when you watch a video, something about her, it just gets your attention, and you go like, my goodness. You keep looking at her, and you can see what the. There's so much there, the beauty, the the kindness.
Mesmerizing to just look at, like you say, just so beautiful and elegant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's there, everything, the beauty, the elegance, the kindness, her eyes.
Yeah.
You could tell, just looking into her eyes, you could tell how the genuine, way she was being, it's beautiful, beautiful. Okay, one word for Princess Diana then.
Beautiful.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your partner for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, what is the most beautiful thing about Leon? And what's something that he still needs to work on, to improve on? What should say?
She'd probably say she likes that having fun. Fun, yeah. Always making a laugh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And something that you need to improve, to work on?
Probably that I'm quite demanding on certain aspects, like as in, have you put this away? Have you done this? I think sometimes I think I'm still back in the forces, you see, so... But I soon get told.
Once you are in the force, that's it. You keep going the same way.
It's very difficult to, like I said, we've been in the cadets and then going in the army. I still love that regimental thing. So tonight, after this, I'll be lining my clothes up for the day. I'll be getting my food ready.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? But it's installed in you. But it's a good thing in a lot of ways, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, let's play now, Leon, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Right, you can ask me a question now, Leon.
How would you see as successful? What would you say successful means to yourself? What would you think it is? What do you think it is?
Wow, what a great question. Right, so I have the answer for you. I think success is very personal. Yeah, I think success, people relate it to fame or to money, which is true. I think success.
Yeah.
People sometimes they think that success is, it's a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing. Success it's a reflection of your work, of your hard work, of your, goals, of you keep going, this your mind, everything is about success. I think every all of us, we strive to go to success.
Yeah.
So even though you don't realize, but we are here moving. It's not out of nowhere that we wake up very early morning, we start our day, we go, do our things. And again, success can mean different things. Maybe for some people, success is just wake up early. For other people, success is just lose some weight. Other people maybe make a lot of money. Other people, be a different person. So success is very personal, I believe. For me, what success means is for you to be able to be yourself and be the happiest as you can. I know we're not be happy all the time, but for me, success is about you being good to yourself, knowing the person who you are. You know what I mean? Kind of, knowing your weakness, your strength, and being the better of yourself. For me, this is success. It's for you knowing the person who you are and just go, and keep going the way you think it's good for you. Of course, for me, success is about seeing, all my dreams come true. And, I want to make this channel to be the more successful possible. That's for me, success. But in the end of the day, it's a daily work. Yeah, success is working every single day, not just external, but in yourself as well. Work in yourself. Sometimes, as you said about being 40 and you feel the best ever, that's success for me. It's for you to to reach a certain age and go like, what? I feel great. I feel more wiser. I feel good with myself. That's success for me. What means?
Yeah,
for sure.
I like that. Yeah. Matt McConaughey was saying actually about happiness and joy is different, and when he explained it, it's like he was saying is every day it's joy, because a lot of people try and reach for happiness. So say if you try and get to that top of that mountain, you get there and you expect to be really happy. Then all of a sudden you see another mountain you've got to climb. And I think people lose that sense of joy to get to that mountain. So the training to it, all the bit that we forget about. And I think, like you said, you obviously enjoy what you're doing.
Totally.
And then obviously when you put the podcast out or YouTube video, that's the happiness part. And then you start the journey again. You obviously message somebody. Just out of curiosity, how do you pick people from Instagram and stuff? Is he a search? Do you just think, oh, they look interesting, or they've got an interesting background?
Yeah, I can tell you that straight away. I literally, Leon, I don't look much into profiles. I literally, the first thing I realize is I see if it's not a fake profile, because there are so many fake profiles. So what I do is I can see just a little bit, I just see like very time, because I like to get to know my guests during the interview. But there are no criteria. I literally go there, I see, I go, okay, I'm going to invite it. And that's the most magical part, because if the person say no, amazing. If the person say yes, great. Because again, we are making memories now. You know what I mean?
Connection, isn't it? Like you said, connection.
Yeah, we meant to be doing this interview today for some reason. You know what I mean? So that's what I believe as well. And sometimes when I talk to my guests, I feel like I know them for so long because we connected somehow. Do you know what I mean? I literally just go online, I see profiles, and I'll tell you something now. The best every interview I do, when I click here on Zoom I send the request and my guest accept it. When I see my guest for the very first time, this is the best part for me, because somehow I'm starting a connection. You know what I mean? So that's the best part for me, and when I finish the interview, I go like, my God, it meant to be, because I feel so connected. I feel so open about it. So for me, that's the best part of the show, and I love it because every interview, they are different. Sometimes it comes the same question, but people, they have different answers. They have different point of views. They have different ways. So for me, the best part of the Magic Box is when I see my guests for the very first time. It's great. It's a great. I love doing it. And when I post these teaser videos, promote the interviews, I think I feel more happy than my guests, because I feel so I see so much joy of putting out there the stories. I put these clips, stories, when I put the thumbnails, promote the interview. For me, every morning when I wake up and I put this interview, I put these thumbnails, I feel great, because
everybody's got a story, haven't they? Everybody got a story to tell.
Everyone has a story to tell. And I like when I invite people, they go like, why do you want to interview me? I'm boring. I'm not interested. That's what I like, because they challenge me. So I go, you know what? Let me challenge you. You are interesting. Everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has something to say. You know what I mean? So that's how. But I'm going to write a book one day with those experiences, because there are so many who have no idea.
Great.
Leon, did you have a good time?
Fantastic. Really, really enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for taking the time, for being so kind. And also, my God, after a long day, you find that time for the interview. Thanks so much.
No, anytime, mate.
But before you go, if you can share a positive message or something that you live by.
Again, just stay positive. If you've got any problems, talk to somebody. And try, if you've not heard of Wim Hof, have a look at Wim Hof. If you're struggling with mental illness, definitely.
Amazing. Thanks so much. Regards to your family, and you keep in touch, okay?
Take care, mate. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.